Hi everyone, it's Fritha. This is the second video that I'm doing for my LHP series, which is basically documenting my very personal journey as a practitioner of this protocol. And today's title of the video is what is the LHP actually? And it is a vast topic, and I really only want to give a very brief overview. And in subsequent videos, I'll be going into much more detail about this because there's a lot to know. But very briefly, let's first talk about what a healing modality is. There are quite a few, and the most well-known healing modality that we use pretty much globally is the allopathic medical system, which uses chemicals or pharmaceuticals to bring about healing of the symptoms of disease. There's a lot to say about this modality. It's not very effective. It might, at best, suppress symptoms, which means you don't get to the root cause of disease, which is dis-ease. And that always has three components, which is physical, spiritual, and emotional. And this modality, it pretty much ignores the spiritual side and the physical side of, emotional side of our ailments. I want to keep my videos under 10 minutes, really, because most people these days, including myself, are like, squirrel, we just don't have that focus anymore because of our smartphones and EMFs and everything. So I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Right, so on vaccines, don't even get me started on vaccines, otherwise we'll be here all day, seriously. Anyway, so that's the main healing modality that is used globally at the moment, which is why there's so many sick people in the world. Another set of healing modalities is what's called homeopathy, homeopathic modalities, which use natural ingredients mostly to help with healing, like essential oils or nutrition. I'm sorry. Good example of that is the Gerson therapy, or stones, precious stones, all those sort of things. And there is a sort of spiritual component to these modalities, but they also, I believe, sort of lack in various ways, but they're great as complementary tools to bring about healing. And then there's another group of modalities that are this more energetic in nature. They acknowledge that we are energetic beings, frequency beings, and work with that aspect of us. And examples of them are Reiki or acupuncture. And they work with opening up our chakra centers or releasing the chi, life force in our body, so that it circulates more fully. And these are pretty good, I believe. I think a slight downfall in these healing modalities is that quite a lot of ego can come in from the healer, thinking that they're doing the work, when in fact they're just using the divine healing ability. So. But there's a large spiritual component to this, which is lacking in maybe the homeopathic and allopathic modalities. So those are the sort of three main modalities in healing that are out there right now. Where the LHP fits in, it sort of falls into the last category, but what sets it apart from others is that it uses source creator to bring about the healing. Right, so source creator, what is it? There's so many names for this entity, this being, this consciousness. It's called God, or Allah, whatever, all over the world. But within the sort of LHP Get Wisdom group, we refer to it as source or source creator because it's much more neutral, a neutral term. And it refers to the divine intelligence that permeates everything in the universe. I've got some notes down here, by the way. And everything that exists is sort of, it manifests out of this divine intelligence, which is actually the love. And everything, you, me, everything is actually a fractal manifestation of this divine source energy. Right. So very basically, this is what the LHP is. You, the practitioner, is basically, you're just a requester. You are asking for healing on behalf of your client, or a location, or a lost soul, or animals. I'll get more into the various protocols. You're asking for healing from the divine realm on their behalf. You're not even channeling that energy. You are making requests. Now, why? Why does it work this way? We live in a free will universe, okay? This is the setup. There are many other universes, excuses, is that universi? Universes? Anyway, that have different sets of rules, different dynamics, paradigms, but ours happens to be a free will universe, which means Source just said, right, there you go, this is your playground, off you go. Yeah, as Cole says, the kids are loose, and we can pretty much do anything we want here. And some of us respect the free will of others, and lots of others don't. I don't want to get too sidetracked here. Oh, and also in this universe, we learn from the duality of it. You know, everything has its opposite. So we only know what dark is because we understand the concept of light, etc. And this is our universe. We don't realize that there is a divine realm. This is what's happened to the humans, why we're so lost, is that we've lost our connection to the divine realm, because we can ask for help of this realm at any time, and it will respond. It's just the way it works, except that many people don't believe in God or the divine realm anymore. It's almost like a deliberate thing, because religion is just so divisive and it's such a mess, and so many people have rejected religion, rightly so. But in doing so, they've thrown out the baby with the bathwater. They've thrown out God, and that's just a terrible tragedy, because it's the only real source of entity that can get us out of the mess we're in. So what we do as practitioners is, our free will right is to make requests of Source and the divine realm, and there's many in it. There's archangels and angels and guardians, and you know your higher self. And so we make requests, but requests are very, very, you've got to be very specific in your requests. You can't just say, help me, please help me. What? You know, how? What's the root cause? Where do we start? So let's go look quickly at the protocols. Trying to get this done a bit under 10 minutes. What is a protocol? A protocol is a series of steps that are required to get you somewhere, and also the order of certain steps. And protocols are everywhere within health and safety regulations, and take 2 tablets 4 times a day. These are all protocols. And in the LHP, 4 protocols have been developed. One for people, groups of people or individuals. The other is for locations, if a place is haunted or something like that, or there's bad energy. A third is for lost souls, which is a whole different category, earthbound spirits, people who've got stuck here in the earth plane. And the fourth is for animals, which is just such a beautiful protocol, because it acknowledges our animal companions. So what we do as practitioners is we go through a step of 10 to 11 very nuanced, multi-layered healing requests that are working on all sorts of deep-seated issues, attachments, etc. And then we let that go and allow the divine realm to bring about healing, and it works, people. It really works. I know, I'm experiencing it now which I will make a video about the experiences I've had. And I've only just done my 7th session this morning. It's really amazing stuff. Is there anything else I want to say about it? That's basically it. Okay, that's what we're doing here, and it's amazing. So that's what the LHP is, very, very briefly, and I will come back at other points and talk much more about all the little steps and what it implies and karma and things like that. So have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.